Okay, Cody, Bengals got the win in Ogden for the first time in 40 years. I mean, how are we feeling about that?
I feel great about it. Just, you realize with so many people in Pocatello poured into this program and how much this means to the people of this region. And just for our guys to be able to be a part of that, it was the fact that it was such a great day. I mean, couldn't have had a more beautiful fall day here. The weather was fantastic. The sun was out. Our fans traveled so well. I think we might have had more Bengals here than there were Weber State Wildcats in the stands. And just to hear them chanting and to see our guys get fired up. And I mean, they're a darn good team. I mean, Weber State's been really explosive all year, a little inconsistent. But, I mean, for everybody involved with the program that has helped us kind of really, get our hands dirty and try to get this thing going, whether it's the fat guys or the administration, I mean, we appreciate all their input because it doesn't happen without every single person involved with this program doing their job.
Going into the game today, what was it going to take to beat the Wildcats? And do you think obviously we won, but what did we do to make that happen?
Well, I think it was just finding ways to be consistent in the run game for the most part. They kind of came out and played a 3-down front. We knew we had to protect the quarterback and run the football. And I don't know what our exact statistics were in those categories, but I mean, it felt like Kobe did a really good job, found a rhythm in the pocket, and was able to find some holes in the secondary. We were able to run the ball for the most part. Really, we had 2 third downs that we didn't convert, and that's 100% on me. I wish we would have been able to convert there, but scored touchdowns when we had to. I know we went for it on 4th down, but to see the defense have our back and to see those guys create some really big plays on that side of the ball. I mean, I don't know how many turnovers we got, but the negative plays that the defense created really was a huge impact on the game. And just, I mean, even the situation at the end on their touchback or no touchback, I mean, that just to have to deal with the amount of adversity and the back and forth in the big sky, it's something you have to deal with. And to do it against an opponent where the game means so much to everybody in Pocatello, it was awesome for our guys and the people of Idaho State to come through.
Talking about the offense real quick, Raiden Brown had 2 receiving touchdowns. He had the early one and then the late one. How have you seen his development as the season has gone on?
Raiden's grown up so much, just an extremely talented young man, but to see his work ethic and his persistence. He's had some times this year where he's been dinged up and he's been injured or he's been taken out of the lineup, but to see him continue to push and work on his craft, I know he's just such an explosive guy for us that as only a freshman, I'm excited to continue to see his development because the seniors get a lot of notoriety. Jeff, Freddie, EJ out there on the perimeter, but to have a guy like Raiden in the wings coming up is really exciting.
Gabe, missed 2 PATs in this game, but he also came back, nailed his other PATs, and hit a field goal. What have you seen in his ability to maybe mentally recover and move on from when things don't go right?
Well, Gabe's that stuff happens in practice all the time. He's been perfect throughout, which just speaks to the type of competitor that he is. But that stuff's an anomaly for Gabe to miss 2 in a row, and we had a ton of faith in him, and we would have ended up kicking another one a little bit later in the game should we have had to do so. But we have a ton of faith in Gabe. The guy's extremely talented. What a wonderful work ethic and attitude that he has, and we knew for him, a guy that is talented and he works his tail off and has the right mindset, things are going to go right. Even if they go wrong in the short term, they're going to go right in the long term, and we have a lot of trust in him.
And then finally, we got Easter next week in Cheney. What do we need to be ready for? What do we need to do to be ready for that? But on the other side of that, what does a win like this do to help you be ready for that game?
I think, again, just being able to kind of book in the bye week. We haven't won 2 games in a row consistently all year, and we talked about the importance of wanting to see consistency in the way we prepare and consistency in our confidence and our resilience in games, because this is it ends up being your 5th one-score game in a row. So going to Eastern, you're going to expect a dogfight because they're extremely great. I don't know when the last time, they played well up there in Cheney was, but we know how the game went last year, and also you've seen what Eastern's been able to do running the football. Those guys are explosive on offense as anybody in our conference, and you're going to have to go play in the cold. Today we were worried about, it's our first game outside of any significance with colder weather, and we know Cheney's going to be darn cold. It's going to be an ice box up there, so we got to make sure that we do a great job preparing all week, getting outside, getting after it, and we're going to have to be detailed in all phases because Eastern's going to have some tricks up their sleeve on special teams. On defense, they're going to find ways to create some turnovers and hit your quarterback, and they're going to run the heck out of the football in a lot of creative ways, which can all create problems for us.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thanks so much.